Have you ever heard of a boy who left his home at the tender age of 11 to embrace the unknown? In the lush greenery of Maharashtra, beneath the towering silhouette of the Kalavantine fort, there was once a small village that became the cradle for an extraordinary child. His name was Neelkanth. Born to a family of modest means, Neelkanth was not like the other children. While they played in the dust and dreamt of simple joys, Neelkanth gazed at the stars, his mind brimming with questions about the universe and the soul's purpose. Even as a young boy, Neelkanth displayed a profound connection to the spiritual realm. His inquisitive nature often led him to the village elders, seeking answers they scarcely understood themselves. It was this thirst for knowledge and enlightenment that, at the age of 11, compelled him to make a decision that was as startling as it was brave. He decided to leave everything familiar behind, his home, his family, his village, in pursuit of spiritual truth. This decision marked the beginning of a journey that would transform him into a revered figure. Imagine a young boy, walking alone, crossing rivers and mountains with nothing but a resolve to find the truth. This was Neelkanth, a mere 15 years old, yet embarking on a journey that would carve the paths of spirituality into the sands of time. With the vast expanse of India as his canvas, Neelkanth traversed the heat of the Rajasthani deserts, the dense forests of Madhya Pradesh, and the lofty heights of the Himalayas. Each step was a testament to his unwavering commitment to spiritual discovery. He met with seasoned sages and ascetics, absorbing wisdom that was as varied as the landscapes he crossed. These encounters enriched his understanding, yet he sought not just to learn, but to experience the essence of truth. His journey was not without its trials. The physical demands of constant travel, the pangs of hunger, and the solitude of being a solitary wanderer tested his endurance. Yet, it was in the embrace of these hardships that Neelkanth found his strength. He engaged in rigorous spiritual practices, meditating for hours, sometimes days, pushing the boundaries of human resilience. Each challenge, each moment of solitude, and each whisper of the wind brought him closer to his inner self, peeling layers of existence and revealing the core of spiritual truth. Through these trials, Neelkanth's resolve only grew stronger, leading him to profound revelations. What happens when a seeker finds what he has been searching for? In the lush expanses of the Indian subcontinent, amidst the profound silence of deep meditation, Neelkanth discovered his answers. This moment of enlightenment did not arrive as a sudden epiphany, but as the culmination of years of relentless meditation and severe austerities. As a young boy, Neelkanth left the comfort of his home to explore the spiritual fabric of his culture. He wandered through dense forests, climbed steep mountains, and crossed turbulent rivers. Each step on his journey was a step towards a deeper understanding of the universe and his place within it. It was under the ancient Bodhi tree where he finally settled into a profound meditative trance that lasted several years. In this state of heightened awareness, Neelkanth's mind transcended earthly ties. His enlightenment unfolded as a series of profound realizations about the nature of existence, the cycles of birth and death, and the interconnectedness of all life. From this reservoir of wisdom, he formulated teachings that would later ripple across the world. Central to Neelkanth's teachings was the principle of compassion. He believed that true compassion must extend beyond human boundaries to all living beings. This universal compassion was the bedrock upon which he built his philosophy. Equally significant was his interpretation of karma. Neelkanth taught that every action, good or bad, shapes one's future, weaving the fabric of one's destiny with the threads of past deeds. This law of moral causation emphasized the importance of righteous living and ethical integrity. Lastly, the pursuit of truth was paramount. Neelkanth urged his followers to seek their own truth through self-inquiry and meditation, advocating a life of simplicity and spiritual rigor as the means to uncover the ultimate reality. With enlightenment came the burden of sharing this knowledge with the world. Neelkanth felt a compelling duty to impart his insights, not as doctrines, but as signposts on the path to spiritual awakening. Thus began his mission to illuminate minds and transform lives. A journey that would etch his teachings into the annals of time. How does one transition from being a seeker to a leader? In the fabric of Neelkanth's life, this transformation was both profound and subtle, emerging through a series of earnest interactions and pivotal moments. After his period of enlightenment, Neelkanth started to share his insights more openly, weaving his teachings into the daily lives of those he encountered. It was not long before stories of a young sage who spoke with the wisdom of the ancients and the freshness of youth began to spread. People from various walks of life, weary from the rigid structures of traditional societal norms, started to gravitate towards him. They found in his words a resonance that was both comforting and liberating. Neelkanth, with his gentle demeanor and profound understanding, addressed the core of human struggles and aspirations. He spoke of inner freedom, love, and the interconnectedness of all life, themes that transcended the boundaries set by man-made divisions. His approach was inclusive, inviting everyone into the fold, regardless of their background or social standing. However, this growing influence did not come without its challenges. The traditional gatekeepers of spiritual norms viewed his unconventional methods with suspicion and sometimes outright hostility. Neelkanth faced opposition and skepticism, yet his commitment to his path remained unshaken. As his following expanded, informal gatherings evolved into a more organized community. This community wasn't just drawn together by spiritual affinity, it was also a testament to the transformative power of Neelkanth's teachings. Neelkanth's teachings slowly began to resonate with many, building a community that looked up to him. The impact of a true leader is seen in the lives they change and the legacy they leave behind. Such is the tale of Neelkanth, whose spiritual insights and teachings stretched far beyond the immediate circle of his followers, resonating through the ages and across the globe. As Neelkanth's wisdom percolated through societies, several centers for learning and meditation sprang up, each becoming a beacon of his philosophical teachings and practices. These centers were not just buildings of brick and mortar, they were sanctuaries where people could delve into deeper self-awareness and connectivity with the universe. Here, individuals from diverse backgrounds gathered, united by their quest for inner peace and enlightenment. The stories of transformation are countless. Take, for instance, a young engineer from the bustling city of Mumbai who stumbled upon one of Neelkanth's meditation sessions. Overwhelmed by the chaos of urban life, he found solace in Neelkanth's teachings. Fast forward a few years, and he now leads a meditation center, guiding others towards the path of serenity that he once desperately sought. In another part of the world, a retired teacher in London discovered Neelkanth's writings. Inspired, she began integrating his teachings into her daily life, eventually starting a community group focused on mindfulness and compassionate living. Her efforts have touched the lives of hundreds, creating ripples that continually spread the essence of Neelkanth's vision. Moreover, Neelkanth's influence reached not only those seeking spiritual enlightenment, but also intellectuals and scholars. His teachings have been discussed in various academic forums, inspiring studies and papers that explore the depth of his philosophical insights. This scholarly attention has helped cement his status as a profound thinker and spiritual guide. Neelkanth's legacy is a vivid tapestry of personal transformation stories, community impacts, and scholarly discussions, each thread woven with his teachings and ideals. It's this multifaceted influence that has elevated him from a mere mortal to a lasting symbol of spiritual enlightenment. Neelkanth had now become more than just a man. He had become a symbol of spiritual awakening. In a world bustling with noise and distractions, what can we learn from Neelkanth today? Amid the relentless pace of modern life, his teachings offer a beacon of tranquility and wisdom. Neelkanth preached the virtues of inner peace and truth, principles that resonate deeply in an era marked by relentless change and uncertainty. Today, as we grapple with the complexities of technology, environmental challenges, and cultural shifts, Neelkanth's emphasis on simplicity and sincerity provides a clear path forward. His call to look inward and foster personal integrity is more relevant than ever. In a society often driven by consumerism and superficial achievements, his teachings remind us that true contentment comes from within. Globally, individuals and communities draw inspiration from Neelkanth's life, using his principles to guide their personal and professional endeavors. His legacy not only transcends geographical boundaries but also spans generations, proving that the core of human challenges remains largely unchanged. Neelkanth's journey reminds us that the quest for truth is timeless and universal. And Neelkanth's life was a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome all odds in the pursuit of something greater than oneself. From the enigmatic beginnings in the shadow of Kalavantin, where he was first known as the mysterious child, Neelkanth embarked on a journey that would redefine the contours of spiritual seeking. As a young boy, his insatiable curiosity and unyielding determination set him on a path towards enlightenment, transforming him from a wanderer into a revered teacher. His teachings, profound yet accessible, resonated deeply, drawing a diverse tapestry of followers. They came seeking wisdom, and in return found a guide who led not by dictating, but by inspiring. Neelkanth's legacy, built on the pillars of love, compassion, and understanding, has transcended generations, influencing not just his immediate circle, but reaching far beyond into the modern world. As we reflect on Neelkanth's life, we find a story of courage, transformation, and eternal wisdom that continues to guide and inspire.